I didn't see it before when I was younger. When I was a kid, I was just very flexible, you know, and then just
and you got less and less flexible as you
yeah, exactly, yeah. So as I was just on the field just messing about, I just used to do it, and I said, if I score, you know, well, I'll do this. But as the years went on, it kind of gradually got, you know, more and more. But it's nothing very exciting, to be honest with you.
I've got to say, we went to in the World Cup, we did one with an arrow. So we've gone Iron Napa after it, haven't we? And some Irish guy tried to copy the celebration, totally stacked it in the square at Iron Napa. We saw him every day after that on crutches with the
Don't try this at
home.
No,
definitely don't.
That sort of thing. Clearly, the move to LA's worked out really well. You've had a couple of successful seasons. In the end, didn't quite get there this season. What were your concerns about going and moving away from the Premier League and British football before you went out there? And have they changed since you've been out there?
Yeah, well, the concerns is, I mean, living in LA or living in Birmingham, so it was a hard choice, to be honest with you.
But what about the level of the football and the
level is obviously not. It's not obviously the Premiership. Nothing is really, but I mean, it reminds me kind of like when I was at Celtic, that kind, you know. But all the teams are the same. You know, where Celtic is a lot better than probably everybody else in the division. Where over there, everybody's on the level pegging. So it's in that respect, it's very tough. Yeah. So you see in this year, you know, the last 2 years we were probably the better team, but this year we were too inconsistent. So we didn't deserve to win it this year.
There's a lovely moment clearly for the team that wins the MLS because you get to go to the White House. What's that like?
Yeah, it's it's a surreal moment. Didn't think, you know, a lad from Dublin, you know, whatever.
Be allowed in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially where I come from. Yeah. So it was, you know, for me it was a very, very proud moment, and to meet a president of the United States, you know, the most powerful man on the planet. So it was just.
He's related to you as well, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what he says. Yeah, we're cousins now.
Let's hear what you actually have to say.
We look like each other as well.
This looked like it came to a shock to you and the rest of the world. Here you go.
Hey, thank you. Everybody, please have a seat. Have a seat. Well, welcome to the White House, everybody. And congratulations to the LA Galaxy on your third MLS Cup. Together, they represent one of the most talented lineups that MLS has ever seen. You've got Robbie Keane, all-time leading scorer of the Irish national team. Cousin of mine.
He's looking for
Robbie arrived halfway through last season, scored his first goal in the first 21 minutes of his first game. His teammates were so happy to have him that they filled his locker with what they called the pleasures of Ireland: Guinness, Baileys, and Irish Spring. Hopefully Robbie's broadened their horizons a little bit since then.
And he missed out the potatoes.
I
know. So you went back. I mean, you're old mates now.
Yeah, we're best of friends. Yeah, we Skype each other now.
To the situation. What was that about you being cousins? Was he just having a joke? Or
I know we're first cousins.
You are?
No. I haven't got a clue. I think he has.
Did you not ask him?
No, he has family. Yeah, I didn't really have a chance to kind of have a one-on-one with him, to be honest with you. No, I think he came to Ireland, and he has family in a village in Ireland or something like that. So
that's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough.
So everybody in Ireland is family.
He mentioned your record for Ireland, of course, which is
phenomenal.
Just sensational. It's extraordinary when you look at it and you look at the caps and the goals. Can't ever see it getting beaten. Can you, Rob?
Yeah, I mean it's very hard for me to say that, you know. So I mean to score that many goals for your country, well, I was just so happy to get 21 at the time to beat Niall Quinn. Didn't think for 1 second that I'd have the opportunity to actually get that many goals, to be totally honest with you, and to have that many caps. So as I said, I've been very, very lucky with injuries and what have you, and that's why I had so many caps.
But you're always there. You love your country. You're always, every time there's a game, you never pull out. You're always there.
Listen, I think it's the proudest moment for any professional to put that jersey on. And for me as a kid growing up in Dublin was always wanted to play for the country, and now, from that feeling from when I was 18 years of age, I still have the same feeling now putting that green jersey on, and that will never ever change.
Do you not think it's a long way from America? I've got to, get back, and I've got to play the following day for LA Galaxy when I get back and stuff like that.
Nah, as I said, I think if you love doing what you do, I've been very fortunate, to have a decent career, but to still to go back for your country, and for me, it's the proudest moment ever. But listen, it's the travelling, of course, is long. There's no question about that. But I think if you look at in the last 2 years since I've actually been in LA, the record for Ireland, I've actually probably scored more in these last 2 years than I ever have before. So it's certainly not affecting me in that way.
You've got a new manager, of course, and assistant manager of the national side. Have you noticed a change in atmosphere? Yeah,
of course. I mean, I think for the whole country, I think we have someone like Martin O'Neill and Roy Keane, and two big characters, in the game, and certainly Martin with the respect that he has as a manager, and he's given the two of them a massive buzz.
Just
buzz
one
to the
pen
country.
between them.
Yeah, a massive buzz to the country, because we've been on a bit of a down in the last year or so, obviously with the Euros and obviously with the trap leaving, so it's given the whole country a boost.
You were there, of course, when Roy Keane fell out with Mick McCarthy when he was the national manager. Did you ever envisage that Roy Keane at some point would be involved in a management capacity of the national side?
I always thought that there would be a chance, because nobody can hold grudges for that long. It was it was 13 years ago, so, and I think I've been very vocal, and certainly in Ireland the last few years, about introducing ex players to come in and with the coaching and stuff. You look now with the England setup with Gary Neville and trying Gareth Southgate, and for years in Ireland we're not giving people opportunities, but now to have an ex-player now to be involved, I think it's only going to benefit Irish football.
Has he still got that air?
Oh yeah, 100%. He has that. I think the respect from every player, and I think myself and John O'Shea is the only two players that have actually played with him. The rest of the lads would have been younger lads and would have looked up to him as when he was at his Man United days, and he certainly has that aura about him when he walks into a room, definitely.
And is it bad cop, bad cop?
That actually has been to two of them. I think people see the other side of Roy. They don't see the side that I know him, which when I was younger, very, very funny, telling stories and what have you. And Martin's the same. As you probably know Martin yourself, better than I do, but it's the first time I actually came across him. But very, very witty. So the two of them's been good. But listen, it's all rosy now, because it's the first couple of games, but we'll see when things sort of go bad for us.
You've got it coming.
As captain of the national side, you get a vote in the Ballon d'Or, of course, which has just been reopened because Ronaldo scored a hat-trick the other day.
It should never have been closed before the playoffs.
Apparently there was not a great turnout. How does it all work?
Well, I did mine. I actually did mine before the playoffs. So the first day we met up with the Irish team, I actually had to do mine. So. And
what, did they phone you up? Did they give you?
No, it was just Mary from the FAI. She kind of just comes around.
Mary does.
Yeah,
lovely.
Mary, typical Irish name.
And she says, "What, you've got to give me?"
She just gives you a sheet of paper, and she says, put your name down. That's basically it. So
who did you go for?
I went for Ronaldo first.
Yeah.
Obviously Messi, and I went for Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale after that. Ronaldo, Messi, Gareth Bale, and then they've opened it since. So what are you thinking, Matt? Who would get the Ballon d'Or for you?
For me, it has to be Ronaldo, especially after the way in those qualifiers. But the stats that are coming up, the amount of hat-tricks he scores, he just turns it on week in, week out, and with the pressure, he just thrives on it. The goals he scores, he's phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
If he doesn't win it this time around, he'll never win it.
Yeah, no. His goal-scoring record's nearly as good as yours at Celtic, but that's how good it is.
Oh, no, he's not bad, is he?
All right, let's have a look at the Saturday lunchtime kick-off to Goodison Park for the 220th Merseyside derby.